As we get closer to the NHL draft and free agency, the possibility of trades gets higher and higher. And could we see one involving the Toronto Maple Leafs and William Nylander? On Monday morning, Sportsnet's Elliotte Friedman joined the Leafs Morning Take with Nick Alberga and Jay Rosehill to talk a little bit about William Nylander's contract, what the Maple Leafs could be doing, and what the future holds for the two parties. As we all know, William Nylander has 1 year remaining, but on July 1st, he can re-sign a long-term deal with Toronto that could go upwards to 8 years if he really wanted to sign here for that long. And as we know, Austin Matthews is in the same boat, and there's been reports of Brad Treliving going to Arizona, hanging out with Austin Matthews, and really trying to get to know him a little bit, and that could be a contract as well that could get done very soon and very close to the time that Nylander's gets done as well. This is what Friedman had to say on William Nylander on the Leafs Morning Take Monday edition. I don't think there's a handle on this one yet. I think they've exchanged numbers. I think they're not close. I think there's work to do here, and my big question is, what is the Maple Leafs' comfort level with Nylander? Because as we sit here on Monday morning, I think there's a lot of work to do on this contract. Friedman also says that the Leafs' priority is to keep him rather than trading him. He also suggests that William Nylander's camp wants a number that starts with a 9, whereas the Maple Leafs want likely a number that starts with an 8, and that's what they're going to try to get him at, is around an $8 million to $9 million range. And it seems like with the cap and everything like that, the Maple Leafs won't want to go over $9 million. And William Nylander, if he wants $9 million, the Leafs want $8 million, somewhere around there. It could mean that Nylander really comes in at maybe an $8.8 million deal, which again, I wouldn't hate. I don't know if the Leafs would hate that, but that's a pretty solid number for his value. You think about what he's done in the regular season, scored 40 goals. You think about what he's done in the playoffs. He was one of Toronto's best players in the playoffs and came in clutch at a lot of moments. And a guy like that, although at sometimes he might look out of the game, this would be an important player to lock up, especially for a very long time, because you're not going to get a lot of guys like this in the future. And the Leafs, I think, instead of rather looking outwards with William Nylander, should look inwards and really trying to keep him. But Elliotte Friedman did say that the Leafs know what a package would look like if they were to trade him, which it looks like it might be a reality at some point if they really can't get a deal done and a number down pat that would make William Nylander stay here for a long time. But again, the Maple Leafs' first choice is to keep William Nylander, and that should be the choice and only choice they have, because at the end of the day, once again, he is an important player to this Maple Leafs team, and these guys don't come often. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is William Nylander going to stay? Is William Nylander going to leave? Should William Nylander stay, and what should that number be at? Put it in the comments down below. Friedman spoke about a number of other things on Leafs Morning Take, but the one thing that caught my ear was the fact that Treliving is trying to re-sign Schenn and O'Reilly and would like to bring back Noel Acciari, and the fact that Treliving is also trying to find a defenseman with some juice to them. I don't know what that means. It likely means a defenseman that can, really beef the defense core up a little bit. The Leafs, they do have a guy like Luke Schenn if he comes back. Morgan Riley's more on the smaller side, but a guy with grit, a guy sort of like Jake Muzzin, and Jake McCabe is that a little bit, but I don't think he's up to the standards that maybe a guy like Radko Gudas could be, or someone else like that. So that could mean what juice is. I'm not sure, and I'm not going to really speculate too much, but Friedman is saying that Treliving wants to find a defenseman who has some juice to them, with whatever that means. To me, if there were any of the players to bring back who the Leafs have that are going to unrestricted free agency, it would be those three: Schenn, Acciari, and O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly could be a guy that they really can bring back at this point. You look at St. Louis and the trades they're trying to make, and it was reported that he might want to go back to St. Louis for a reunion. And if there's big trades coming out to there, he might want to go somewhere else, and Toronto could swoop in and get him. Schenn as well, I think it's just, it would be great for him, great for the Leafs. Both parties would be happy with, a reunion back in Toronto. And Acciari too, I made a video about him the other day. It just makes sense. He's a guy that would really help this team and push them forward in the right direction in terms of physicality, in terms of toughness. I think Acciari's definition, the type of player he is just an overall, he is all in on being physical, all in and throwing his body around, all in and doing what it takes to, win in the playoffs. So I think those three guys, if there were any that you could bring back from the UFA pool that the Leafs have, those would be the right three to bring back. But also let me know in the comment section down below, who are some other UFAs that the Maple Leafs should go and sign, and who are some trade partners that the Maple Leafs could trade with to get maybe a defenseman with juice? Let me know in the comment section down below. That, though, is where I'm going to end off today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like. If you really enjoyed it, subscribe, and if you already are subscribed, hit the notification bell down below so you get a notification for every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.